What if the internet shut down for one day? As the internet continues to grow and become an ever-increasing part of our lives, it's difficult to imagine a world without it. What if the internet suddenly shut down for one day? How would our lives be different? Would we be able to cope without it? The internet has become an indispensable part of our daily lives. From quickly checking the news and catching up with friends to ordering groceries and managing important work tasks, so much of our communication these days happens online. But what would happen if the internet shut down for just one day? What would be the implications for businesses, governments, and everyday individuals? This video will explore these questions by looking at how a single day without the internet might affect us all. The internet shutdown. The internet shutdown is an issue of growing concern in the modern world. As technology advances, so too do the tactics used by governments and other entities to restrict access to information and communication through the use of internet shutdowns. This has become a major problem, with multiple countries implementing these types of measures to censor their citizens' access to websites and social media platforms. In some cases, these shutdowns are implemented for security or economic reasons, such as preventing fraud or limiting economic activity due to instability. However, in many instances they are used for political purposes, restricting citizens from accessing independent news sources or organizing protests against oppressive regimes. Internet shutdowns have been linked directly with violations of human rights such as freedom of expression and freedom of opinion, with numerous reports indicating that they have been used by authoritarian governments to silence dissenting voices in society. Impact on individuals. The internet shutdown is an issue of growing concern in the modern world. As technology advances, so too do the tactics used by governments and other entities to restrict access to information and communication through the use of internet shutdowns. This has become a major problem, with multiple countries implementing these types of measures to censor their citizens' access to websites and social media platforms. In some cases, these shutdowns are implemented for security or economic reasons, such as preventing fraud or limiting economic activity due to instability. However, in many instances they are used for political purposes, restricting citizens from accessing independent news sources or organizing protests against oppressive regimes. Internet shutdowns have been linked directly with violations of human rights such as freedom of expression and freedom of opinion, with numerous reports indicating that they have been used by authoritarian governments to silence dissenting voices in society. Impact on businesses. Internet shutdowns have had a dramatic impact on businesses around the world, particularly in countries with unstable governments or political unrest. In these countries, an internet shutdown can cause significant disruption to business operations and can lead to losses of hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue. The most common reason for an internet shutdown is government censorship. Governments often shut down their citizens' access to the internet to control access to information and prevent people from organizing protests or raising awareness about issues they disagree with. However, this has severe consequences for businesses that rely on a stable web connection to carry out their daily operations. Without access to the internet, companies may not be able to communicate with customers, process payments, update content, or fulfill orders. This can result in lost sales opportunities and delays in product delivery, which can result in decreased customer satisfaction and long-term financial losses. Alternative connectivity solutions. As countries around the world struggle with internet shutdowns, alternative connectivity solutions are becoming increasingly important. With internet access such a crucial part of our lives, it's essential to identify solutions for maintaining communication and connection during times when the traditional networks are unavailable. One popular option is satellite-based technology, which provides an effective solution for areas with unreliable or non-existent terrestrial networks. This technology can be used to provide broadband connections that offer both speed and reliability in remote locations with limited infrastructure options. Furthermore, due to its decentralized nature, this type of connectivity is less likely to be affected by governmental regulations or other restrictions that could cause an internet shutdown. For those looking for lower-cost solutions without sacrificing speed and efficiency, there are several mesh technologies available that allow users to share bandwidth between each other without relying on centralized infrastructure providers. How to prepare for future shutdowns. The thought of an internet shutdown is a frightening one. With more and more of our day-to-day activities relying on online access, the prospect of losing connection can feel overwhelming. But fear not. With some proper planning, you can ensure that you're prepared for whatever the future may bring. One great way to prepare for potential internet shutdowns is to invest in an offline backup plan. This could include printing out important documents and having hard copies to refer to, or investing in an external storage device where files can be saved without requiring internet access. If a complete shutdown occurs, this will give you peace of mind knowing that your important information won't be completely lost. Another tip is to explore alternative ways of staying connected despite the lack of online services. Security risks of a shutdown. The internet has become an integral part of our everyday lives, connecting us to our friends and family, allowing businesses to operate more efficiently, and providing access to a wealth of information. But what would happen if the internet were to be shut down? With increasing reports of cyber attacks, governments all over the world are increasingly considering the option of an internet shutdown as an emergency measure. However, such a move could also lead to serious security risks for individuals and companies alike. When the internet is taken offline, it not only interrupts communication between people but also deprives them of essential services they rely on daily. In addition, when devices are disconnected from their online networks, they can no longer receive important software updates or patches that help protect them against malicious attacks or software vulnerabilities. Without these vital updates, devices become vulnerable targets for hackers looking for personal data or financial information. Conclusion: moving forward, the internet shutdown has been an obstacle to progress for many businesses and organizations. Companies that rely on the internet for communication, commerce, or day-to-day operations have had to completely shut down their services when the connection was lost. This lack of access has had a detrimental impact on everyone from small startups to large corporations. Despite the losses, however, there is still hope for those affected by this temporary setback. Businesses of all sizes are now looking for ways to move forward and make up for lost time and resources. With creative solutions like cloud computing, remote working environments, and alternative communication channels, these companies can quickly get back on track with minimal disruption. Additionally, taking advantage of new technologies such as artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning, ML, can help them become more efficient in their operations while gaining insight into customer needs and preferences. In conclusion, the internet has become such a large part of our lives that it would be difficult to imagine living without it, even for just one day. It is easy to take the convenience and accessibility of the internet for granted, but an internet shutdown could bring serious consequences. Therefore, it is in everyone's best interest to ensure the reliability of the internet infrastructure so that this hypothetical situation never becomes reality. We must work together to keep the internet accessible and functioning properly so that we can all continue to enjoy its benefits.